It was 7:15 a.m. in Nashville when I opened the email that flipped my world upside down. My 1-year-old daughter, Lily, was giggling in her high chair, blissfully unaware that her dad had just detonated our family with a single click. The subject line was a gut punch. Moving on. I nearly choked on my coffee when I saw the attached photo. Mark, my husband of 5 years, tangled up with some blonde barely old enough to rent a car, maybe 23 tops. They were posing in front of our lake house, the retreat we'd bought last year, where we'd spent endless weekends dreaming up our future. The email didn't stop there. "The house is mine now," it gloated. "I've moved in with Tara. My lawyer's sending the divorce papers. Don't fight it, the deed's in my name." My hands shook as I set down my mug, but it wasn't fear coursing through me. It was fury, hot and unstoppable. Mark thought he could just email me out of our life, swipe our vacation home, the one I'd paid for with my business, and stroll off with his new fling? Oh, he had no clue what was about to hit him. I glanced at Lily, still oblivious, smearing oatmeal on her tray with a grin. Then my eyes landed on the framed wedding photo on the kitchen wall, Mark and me, beaming like we'd cracked the code to forever. 5 years of marriage, and this was his exit strategy, a smug email and a trophy girlfriend half my age. I took a slow breath, grabbed my phone, and hovered over his contact. One tap and he was blocked. Then I fired back an email, 2 lines dripping with calm menace. "You sure about that? Double-check the paperwork." Sent. Blocked his email too. I turned back to Lily with a smile. Game on. Mark always saw me as the supportive wife, the one who propped up his career while quietly building my own empire. He figured I'd crumble, maybe plead for him to stay. Big mistake. I didn't claw my way to a thriving business by being a pushover. Looking back, the red flags were neon signs I'd ignored, too busy juggling my company and a newborn. For 3 months, Mark had been jetting off to the lake house on business trips, claiming he needed solitude for some high-stakes corporate merger. Bullshit. I'd started my online retail gig 6 years ago before we met. It was already a success when Mark swaggered in, acting like my wins were his doing. He'd bragged to anyone who'd listen about how he'd guided me when in reality my company tripled in value under my watch, my hustle, my vision. The lake house? My idea. My money funded it, every dime from my profits. Mark insisted his name go on the deed for tax reasons, and I'd agreed after my lawyer locked down airtight proof of my ownership. He never saw that coming. Last week he'd been cagey hours locked in our home office, glued to his phone. When I asked about the merger, he snapped, "You wouldn't get it, corporate finance is too complex." Hilarious, considering I'd been secretly managing his investment portfolio for 3 years. I scooped Lily from her high chair, her soft baby scent grounding me. She had Mark's hazel eyes, but my fire, I could see it in how she tackled every tiny challenge. This wasn't just about me anymore. It was about her future. In my office, Lily on my hip, I fired up my laptop. Within minutes, I'd sent my lawyer, Claire, the docs proving I'd bought the lake house. Then I pulled up the security camera feed from the property, another ace up my sleeve Mark didn't know about. The footage was a goldmine, every sneaky visit, every guest, every betrayal caught in 4K. Tara might have been lounging there like she'd won, but she was about to star in my divorce highlight reel. My phone buzzed, my assistant, Mia, texting, "Boss, you need to see this." She'd linked Tara's Instagram. Months of posts with Mark stared back at me. Some snapped in our lake house bedroom, her draped in my clothes, sipping from my wine glasses. The latest showed her flashing a diamond, my grandmother's ring, the one Mark swore we'd passed to Lily at 18. My stomach twisted. This wasn't a fling. It predated Lily's first steps. One post, 8 months old, had Tara dangling lake house keys, captioned, "Home sweet home with my love. New chapter." While I was up with a colicky newborn, Mark was playing house with a co-ed. Then the second blow landed. I checked our joint account, Lily's college fund, and it was gutted. Nearly $100,000, wiped out yesterday, transferred to some mystery account. Rage turned icy. I called my bank, then Claire. Within an hour, we confirmed Mark had been siphoning cash for months, prepping his exit. He'd even tried cracking my business accounts. Good luck, buddy. Those were Fort Knox. Mia called again. "There's more." She dug up Tara's private Facebook, bragging about snagging a rich older guy, plotting to take his clueless wife for all she's worth. They mocked my little online shop, oblivious that it had made me a multimillionaire. I'd kept that quiet, letting Mark think I was just doing well. His ego never bothered to peek at my books. Lily napped in her playpen as I whispered, "Don't worry, sweetheart. Mommy's about to school Daddy on underestimating me." Claire arrived by noon, and we hunkered down in my office. "He's not as slick as he thinks," she said, poring over the lake house docs. "His name's on the deed, but your business funded it. Transfer records, emails, the works. It's yours." I grinned, pulling up the security feed. "Check this out." Footage from 2 days ago showed Mark hauling boxes from the house, art I bought with company funds. "That's theft of business assets," Claire noted, scribbling furiously. My phone rang, an unknown number. I hit speaker. "Think you're so smart, huh, Anna?" Mark's voice seethed. "Check your business email. My lawyers have been busy." There it was. An emergency petition claiming my company relied on his expertise, demanding an audit and temporary control of my accounts. "You'd take the business I built before we met?" I kept my tone even. "You built," he sneered. "I gave you the contacts, the intros. You'd be nothing without me. Tara gets that, she's grateful." I muted him, nodding to Claire. She dug up a gem. An email Mark sent 3 years back, whining to a buddy. "Anna doesn't need my advice. Her company's worth more than my salary. It's humiliating." I unmuted. "Mark, I just sent your lawyer something. Check it before you threaten my company again." "What are you? Oh, and your email history. Not as private as you think. Back off, or your boss gets the next one." Silence. Click. Mia burst in, pale. "You need to see this now." She handed me her tablet, a draft press release from Mark's firm, announcing his CFO promotion next month. Then it clicked. The affair, the money grabs, the legal blitz, it was all timed to his big leap, shedding me to lock in his shiny new life. Mia swiped to another file. "Tara's not random, she's the CEO's niece." My jaw dropped. Mark hadn't just fallen for a younger woman, he'd engineered a power play with the boss's family. "There's more," Claire said. "The merger he's been working on? It's with your top competitor. As CFO, he'd have intel to tank your company." My fists clenched. All those late nights in his office, had he been rifling through my files? "Check our network." I told Mia. "Any attempts on my servers?" She found it, multiple hits from Mark's laptop. He hadn't breached my security, but he tried. "Corporate espionage," I muttered. "Claire, draft an email to their board. Attach proof of Mark's server hacks, the CEO's insider scheme, and the lake house theft footage." Mia smirked. "What about Tara?" "Oh, the board love how the CEO's niece helped steal corporate secrets." Just then, my lake house alarm pinged. Mark was back, with Tara and the CEO, Greg, hauling more of my stuff. "Wait," I told Claire, watching the feed. "Let's see what they do." The audio was pristine. "To the future CFO," Greg toasted. "And my brilliant niece who sealed the deal. Anna's clueless." Mark chuckled. "Tomorrow, the board announces me, and our lawyers take her company for audit. It'll be worthless in a month." Tara giggled. "She thinks the lake house is her fight. Wait till she finds the offshore accounts." I froze. "What offshore accounts?" Mia dug in. $300,000 siphoned from our joint funds. Not just Lily's college savings. Mark had been looting us blind. Then Greg dropped the real bomb. "Once Anna's company crashes, our merger sails through. Her ethical model? Dust." My business wasn't just a target, it was a threat to their dirty empire. "Add this to the email," I told Claire. "Backup server, password, Lily's birthday. File, insurance." It was years of dirt on Mark's firm I'd stashed while managing his portfolio. Never thought I'd use it. "He's hitting the servers again," Mia said, watching Mark at my lake house desk. "Let him think he's in," I said. "In 10 minutes, that email drops." Claire hit send. The fallout was instant. On the feed, Greg's phone rang. His face went gray. "Emergency meeting? What evidence?" Mark checked his email and blanched. She knew I was hacking. Then Tara's phone exploded. Someone leaked her Facebook brags to the board. Chaos erupted. Greg yelling, Tara sobbing. Mark slamming his laptop shut. Cue the cops, lights flashing, cuffs out. Corporate espionage and fraud? Not a good look. I held Lily tight, whispering, "That's what happens when you mess with Mommy." Within a day, Mark and Greg were axed. The board's probe uncovered fraud beyond my wildest guesses. Tara's influencer dreams? Toast. She's back in Ohio with mom and dad. The offshore cash? Frozen and returned, plus interest. The lake house? Mine deed corrected. Mark's groveling emails got no reply. Divorce papers stripped him bare. His espionage rap sheet killed his finance career. My company? The scandal supercharged us. Investors flocked to our ethical vibe, and we snatched markets Mark's firm once ruled. Lily and I hit the lake house now, building new memories. Sometimes, watching her splash around, I think of Mark's smug email, that photo he thought was his triumph. It's framed in my office now, a reminder, never bet against a woman guarding what she's built.